I'll tell you why I think 2025 is a great.
I'm not seeing Clark's Wallabies with Boost foam soles. Like,
what the hell?
Nah, bro. What is that? What is that? What up? It's your boy Jermaine J. I'm back again with the collection review. Today we reviewing Ronnie Fieg's Kith Fall Winter 25. So Ronnie Fieg, if you didn't know, New York designer, owner of Kith, has a bunch of stores all over the globe. He sat down with Complex and gave a preview of his upcoming show. I think this is his first show in 5 years. So we're gonna take a look at it, see what we like, what we don't like, and hopefully, maybe I'll pick up a few pieces. Who knows? But let's get into it.
Ronnie, thank you for having us. Can you tell the viewers where we are, what we're doing here?
We're in Williamsburg, Brooklyn, where our headquarters is located. We're on the top floor of the building at our pre-collection space, and this is where we get ready for the show.
You're prepping for your first show in 6 years. What has inspired you to return to the runway?
I started to look at all that we worked on this year for this.
Off the back, I'm seeing a lot of a ongoing trend with like these New York like designers, Ame, Kith. It's like a lot of them is just like Ralph. Is like a lot of Ralph, like very much Ralph influence. Not saying Ralph is, he's a GOAT level designer. That's the OG, but I'm seeing a lot of like them, like they're taking like a lot of blatant, like just, I don't want to say copy paste, but just a lot of like direct inspiration. It's like, it's not even like so much you're telling your own story, through it. It's just more like taking it, Ralph taking it, gonna tweak it a little bit, and then, but this is Kith. Like it's getting like it's getting repetitive at this point. Like a lot of what I'm seeing so far. Now, granted, like this is just my opinion, but what I'm seeing on the rack so far, a lot of it is just like, I feel like I've seen a lot of this before.
Fall and this winter, and as we started to think about how we're going to roll out the products for the year, it got really concerning to have to roll out these products one at a time like we typically do, but to not show all of it in one space so people can understand the season as a whole rather than seeing it on a weekly basis. With the reopening of the Soho store, I thought that it was a really important moment and a milestone, so I wanted to make sure that we highlighted that and showcase an important collection in front of the space.
Okay, cool. Well, let's check out some gear.
Sure.
All right, so speaking of footwear, it is hotly debated in the office right now whether or not 2025 is the greatest year for footwear. What are your thoughts?
I'll tell you why I think 2025 is a great.
Am I seeing Clark's Wallabies with Boost foam soles? Like, nah, bro. What is that? What is that?
What the hell?
I'm a big like stickler for you leave the classics classic. The Clark Wallaby, that's a crepe sole, bro. You leave that classic. You mess around with the fabrics, and the colors, but like putting a Boost sole, like Adidas Boost sole, is kind of crazy. Doesn't really make sense to me.
This year footwear, and this is for selfish reasons, not what I feel like the market had to offer. I've been working on this project for so many years. I just wanted to be able to wear Wallabies every day, and this is such an important moment for me in my career because I've worked with Adidas and Clark's for so long. It's actually Clark's 200th anniversary.
Holy shit.
This was a brainchild of mine for like a couple years now, and the idea was to put a Wallaby upper on an Adidas.
I mean, granted, you do get that Visvim FBT vibe, but it's a Wallaby, bro. I get it. The shape, it's kind of like a Visvim FBT. If you know what the Visvim FBT are, is the like the moccasin, with like a sneaker sole, But yeah, the I don't know. I don't know about that. I don't know if I'm feeling that. It's kind of crazy.
Tooling. This is what I meant by 2025. For me, it's the greatest year in footwear because I got to put an incredible tooling on one of my all-time favorite silhouettes. I have to think about how many pairs I'm going to save for myself because they need to last me forever in case we don't do it again. And then you saw what we did with the black tie. This is our black tie Superstar made in Germany. Very high quality leather.
Yes.
And then you have a few show-only shoes with the Carrasco. We did it in this colorway specifically for the show. And then something really cool is this F50, which was the Messi's cleat, put on this indoor tooling that I think is really cool. This is called the Predator Sala, so it's taken the Predator and all inspired by cleats. I really like this shoe because Predator has always been iconic to me when you think about football, so we wanted to bring together two of those Salas, one in black and one in a white gum. Our design team worked really closely with the Adidas design team, and it's definitely a collaborative effort in putting together some new designs. The Sala and the Supernova are both new designs that will be featured in chapter 2, and you have the denim version that I think is really cool too. So you have pony stripes on this like washed denim upper.
Nice.
After the Superstar, we have this running story, which is one of the biggest moments for fall, and it's basically showcasing 6 decades of running silhouettes from Adidas, and it's showcasing their best running silhouette, in my opinion, for each decade.
For each decade, okay.
Yeah, so you have the SL72 for the 70s, the classic New York for the 80s, the Oregon for the 90s, the Supernova cushion for the early 2000s, the Energy Boost for the 20 teens, and for the most current, you have the Adi Zero Boston.
Tell me, what is the process? You decide, I imagine, sometime this spring that you're going to do this runway show. What are the steps that one has to go through to put together something like this?
The hardest part of this was actually working with the city to get a permit because we're going to shut down Lafayette. That's a main artery in the city, so that was very difficult. I had to work with the mayor's office to get approval for that. After we were able to achieve that, then comes organizing the event.
Fashion shows typically for brands that do wholesale are used as an opportunity to sort of, whet the palate of the buyers.
Right.
You have an entirely vertically integrated ecosystem. What does success for a show like this look like to you?
For me, it's a showcase, an evolution of the product and how much the product.
Yeah, I'm seeing football, I'm seeing basketball, I'm seeing soccer. It's a lot going on. It's like a bit all over the place. A lot of it doesn't seem like linear, like a clear, concise story. It's just like multiple different stories within one story, and I don't know if that's what he was going for. I'd like to believe this is what he was going for. I just don't understand what the stories are, and like how does it all sink into like Kith and Kith's brand is what I'm not really, I don't get. That's where I'm like a bit confused about it.
Has evolved and changed over the years. I'm older now, I'm 43, and the brand has always followed my closet. It's a visual of the work that we put in. You know, I want to place that visual on the highest stage to make not only myself, but make the people of the brand proud.
Do you have a single item that is your favorite?
I think I'm wearing
It's a lot of branding on these leathers too. It's just like, Jesus. Just like jam it down our throats.
Brother,
Hey yo, what the fuck?
what's that? What's that, brother?
Like it's like Kith here, just us, Kith, all over, like all over the damn jacket, man. Like, Jesus, giving me a headache.
it right now. It's this Japanese twisted denim. It's actually called a rope denim. It's unlike anything I ever felt before. Typically when we work on a season, we start with the fabrics. We have like mountains and mountains of fabrics. When I love the fabric, it goes in a pile. And then the next round would be going through the pile. Fabric by fabric, we're picking which bodies we think apply to the fabric that we love. That's the exercise really in the beginning of the season. And then we start mood boarding what the season should feel like and the kind of bodies we want to cover, and then we go to work.
What are the types of challenges you put to your design team in putting together these various collections?
Every year we work on the comp season. So like this fall versus last fall, as an example, I think the bar is set really high in needing to always be better than the last season. And that's typically how I work. For example, like if you take a look at just one of our leather motos, and I would put this up against any moto in the market. You know, and some brands obviously are like known for this type of product, but we've taken our time, and I didn't want to put out a piece like this until it was on the level. When we work on garments like these, it takes a year to get right, and I'm still the fit model for all the product, so I'm fitting for like 4 or 5 hours a week. If something fits incorrectly, we make the changes during those fittings, and you have 2 rounds, you know, before you end up with a 3rd sample, which ends up being, you know, your production sample. Then from there it goes to actual production.
When you look at a piece like this, what are the details?
Yeah, it's a lot going on. It's a 96 Kith on the sleeve. Like, it's just a lot. It's a lot going on. It's a lot of branding. It's just like, some of it is just like, like it's like kind of hard to like understand.
That you are most proud of, and also that you know were the most technically challenging?
It's a tactful exercise, you know, like if you're working on a moto, then you need the right leather for this specific jacket. It can't just be any great leather. It needs to be specifically great for this body. There may be 30 different steps in making the jacket, you know, so the more intricate you get in design, the more panels you add, the more branding you add, you know, it adds a lot of complexity to the production. It becomes a labor of love, you know, it's crazy because you look at 2 different jackets, and if you feel, you should feel the difference in the leathers between the 2. You know, this jacket, it's funny, it's like I put it down the other day, like you can actually sit the jacket down and
Extend
stands.
it.
You know what I mean? It's like such a stiff leather, but when you break this jacket in, because we did this for the 10-year anniversary, this is 4 years later, some of the people that own this leather, like it broke in beautifully, so like it's really
There's a
soft now.
lot going
So we
on.
keep
Like, why you got so much on the back? You know, it's just like, yeah, it's too much. It's too much.
that in mind. You know, we think about the longevity of the garment, how it's going to break in, how long it's going to last, you know, and making sure that pieces like this are classic. And then you come to our, for example, our satin jacket, which is a staple in some of our collections, but most importantly, the back of this jacket is what I
Bruh, like, you just put Patrick Ewing's name and number, like the jersey, on the back of the jacket. Like it's like a jersey. I mean, I'm a Knicks fan, born and raised, all right? Like, I love the Knicks to death. I love Patrick Ewing, but I think the Patrick Ewing thing has been done. Like, the 94 Knicks thing has been done and done and done and done. Like, there are other stories that don't really get much light that can be told about the Knicks. Like, multitudes of different things. Like, it's not only just like Patrick Ewing, John Starks, like this, like no, bro. Like there's so many other, there's so much other rich history with the New York Knicks that you can tell those stories. Why do we keep going to Patrick Ewing? Like, granted, I love Pat, but come on, bro.
I love, because you've never seen a satin jacket with a name and number like that.
My understanding is that the Knicks iconography shifted in 1982. Can you tell me a little bit about that and how that plays out in the story?
Well, 82 is my birth year, ironically. I think the color scheme for their jersey is what really excited me, because, you know, we're so used to these colors, and obviously everything I do, we're always gonna reference these colors. Like, for example, you know, bringing back the warm-up,
Nice.
you know, which is also very important for me. It's important to cover what people know,
Warm-up shirt too, like, yeah. Bro.
so people feel like it's very relatable to today is important, but also, like, I want to tell a story about the past. So evolving that and giving them other options that maybe don't feel as relatable for the moment, but they're able to step into helping expand, you know, what they're used to. For this upcoming season, you know, we've been able to do some really special things, and obviously Patrick Ewing is one of the most important humans in my lifetime, and
Absolutely.
we're going to showcase that.
You and I both grew up in the city in the 90s, and you worked at David Z, which I would characterize as an institution, certainly during that period. Is it surreal to now be?
I think his family owned David Z. I think they were owners. Yes, he got his start in there, but I think someone in his family owned it, and that's how he got the position. You know, but hey, do you, man, do your thing.
Be this far into your own brand and having that sort of, you know, lasting legacy with a new generation?
Yeah, and I'm lucky enough to have experienced both, because David Z was really a Manhattan institution. It was like, if you'd come to the city to buy footwear, David Z was like the known footwear spot for the neighborhood. But I think that what Kith has been able to do that David Z did not was we've become a global institution, because we've opened outside of New York. We're opened obviously in Japan and Korea and Paris. It's now, I think, the Soho shop, that's a global flagship, and I would consider that to be the institutional part of the brand. That's like the heart and soul of the company. Oh, I have something for you.
Oh,
Wheel it out. Make sure it's yours.
what is this, sir?
A very important product that you need to carry with you.
Oh.
Never leave home without it.
Wow, it's my Kith Black card there.
Because you're a Black Card member, and because we've been friends for so long, your invitation to the show is here.
Oh, wow.
And this is what it looks like.
Oh, that's fire.
Here you go. Okay.
I don't know if it's big enough.
It might not be. Actually, you know what? Do the honors.
Thank you.
I've opened enough of those this week.
Wow.
Oh, that's hard.
Here you have your Adidas black tie suit, and it's Italian tropical wool, handmade in Portugal. And
Nice.
here you have your black tie superstars made in
All right, that's cool. Like, the invitation is like the suit. That's fire. I'm not gonna lie.
Germany.
Incredible. Ronnie, thank you so much for having us here, and all the hospitality and the candor.
For sure. Appreciate you.
All right, the best part of that was the invite being a suit. Other than that, the collection is all over the place. You got motorcycle jackets with basketball jackets. You got, you know, kind of Pelly Pell looking, Avirex looking jackets with a lot of Kith branding. All it's just like scatterbrain. He got the Clark's Wallabies with Boost soles on them. Like, it's a lot going on here. It's not like a clear, concise story, you know. But let me know what you think in the comments, and on to the next. Peace.